Good morning, everybody. Good morning from a nice, cool state of Texas, man. The temperatures have dropped. Boy, when they dropped, they dropped. And it's just our luck because we're getting close to leaving and heading back to the Philippines. And just as the temperatures get enjoyable and tolerable, and something makes you feel like you're taking a break from the heat in the Philippines, um, then you're leaving it. That's just the way it is. That was just bad timing on our part, but it was necessary. We came back when we did, heat or no heat. But I tell you what, we spent all of our time here in very extreme heat. So even to get a week even of cooler temperatures before we go, well, it's still enjoyable. And we've got the sliding glass door open right there. We got the other door open over here, and we were able to actually turn off the air conditioner. So that was pretty great. Here everywhere right now is suitcases, and suitcases. We are preparing to go. We're doing a little bit more cleanup around here. Still cleaning up from moving out those mobile homes, and there's just stuff left behind from it being anchored down, underpinned, all the googly garb that gets left behind when a home has been sitting in a place. So we're cleaning all that up, and I want to restore the property back like a little virgin. Back like a little virgin. We have got a little bit of rains too over the past couple of days. Yesterday, all day long, we had a nice slow rain for the entire day. It happened during that night before, the day before that. A couple days of like steady light showers, and then sometimes a little harder rains that have really started soaking up the surface of the ground. And it's so funny, as dry and hot as it's been, man, some of these grasses are so resilient, and they are just popping right back green really fast. Yeah, pretty amazing. We're looking forward to the trek going back to the Philippines. One thing I got a little butterflies in my stomach over though is that in a couple of days from now, I'm supposed to be doing a closing on 2 rent houses and 2 vacant lots in a subdivision that we're selling. I'm supposed to have closing on those. And we've been through this before last year, and the people fell out on us at the last minute because the market got shaky and they had lost their source. Let me try to think of how their investor. So these were investors and the money backers on the investors. The market had got a little unstable the same time last year, and they pulled out on us. And they just completely 100% ghosted us, and we were right down to getting to the nitty gritty, kind of like we are now. Now we've made it further along with these this time, and they even just the other day had surveys completed and all. So I know that everything seems to still be a go on this one, but after we wasted another year and we're gone, and we spent more on property tax for empty places and all that, it leaves a little knot in your stomach. Or is it really going to close, or are we going to go through this again? We put out a video about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and it had Melinda talking about wanting to go. She's talking about wanting to go back to the Philippines. And I realized there's a lot of viewers seen that they don't know the history of Melinda and I. They don't know the history of us living here and our life that we had here before. There's a lot of you don't know the life that we had here prior to us starting the vlog. So they misconstrued the video that like Melinda was really hating on Texas, and that she don't want to be here, and like it's a lonesome dove place, a horrible place to be. But that was taken out of context. Many of you didn't understand. What she's saying is, is that now that we don't have the cattle here, and now that we don't have the rent houses here, and now that we don't have the vending route and helping my father on his vending route, it was his vending route, but we go help him on it. Now that we don't have all those things that give you something to do, and now that we don't live here full time and just visit the Philippines, she can't like really get involved with her plants and her gardening that she did here before, because it's in vain if you're only here for a month and a half, right? So this is what she's saying. But many of you took it like she just doesn't want to be here in this desolate place and all that kind of stuff. That is not what she's saying. You misunderstood her, took it out of context. She's saying that her and I both, not just her and I both have nothing to do here now as far as enjoyment, because we don't have the cattle, which we really enjoyed. We don't have the hay operation, as we really enjoyed. As much as you could out here, you know, it's hard work, but it gave us structure to our life. We don't have the rent houses, which we didn't enjoy, because dealing with renters is a pain in the ass. Man, what a joke. So, but we didn't have, those things gave us structure, but now we don't have all those things here. So now what's left? Well, now you're sitting out here in the middle of the country, and you're just burning up time. Of course, we're cleaning up junk and getting rid of old things and stuff. But now that we shifted the bulk of our time over to the Philippines, and we built that house in the Philippines, that now that's where our happiness is at. That's where she has got gardening going on, where she did have it here before. Now she's got gardening going on there. Now our focus is towards the nieces and nephews and the brothers and sister-in-laws there in the Philippines. Our focus just changed from here to there, and our life is there now. So to come here and with nothing much to do besides just getting rid of a bunch of junk and dealing with a bunch of overgrown weeds, it's become not enjoyable here. You know, before we had friends here that we went and ran around with, but we've kind of not so close with a bunch of those people now. We had lake property that we go down and spend time on at the lake, and we had a RV there and had a boat and stuff there, and we go hang out and have cookouts at the lake with people. But we already sold all that, so our life shrunk here. But we created a new life in the Philippines, a happy life. So that's what she's saying, and she's just ready to return back to her happy life. She's in a little depression because it was so massively hot, and you come back here and you know, you hit the heat and you don't have constructive things to do, and about all you can do is sit inside and hide from the heat, and everything's drab looking from the drought, and the ground cracked open and dry and dead grass and trees struggling and all. Yeah, you know, it can have a mental effect there on you. And we're both happier in the Philippines, and that's exactly what she's trying to say. Our life is there. We've created a life there. But we did have a life here before, but we like our life there better, and that's what she's saying. Another day here at the farm. Our days are getting closer and closer going back to the Philippines. And we continue to clean out everything around here and just get rid of stuff that we do not need anymore. Got trash cans just filled up out there at the street, ready to go. And in the quest to clean it up, I had my factory take off wheels off my Toyota here inside my garage. I said, well, you know what? I'm gonna get them out, power wash them, and put them on Marketplace for sale. Well, I got them out here, cleaned them up, took pictures, and had just listed them on Marketplace. And a gentleman showed up here to cut firewood. What was he driving? A Toyota Tundra pickup with the plain Jane steel wheels that those would go right on. I mean, literally within 2 minutes after I posted the ad. And I said, you know what? I got a deal for you. And he said, what's that? I said, how would you like to upgrade the wheels on your truck? And I told him what I had. And so he's thinking I was trying to sell them to him. And he looked down and goes, man, those are some nice wheels, man. I like those. Because it was the aluminum factory wheels, but they were way nicer than what he had on his truck there. He had the plain Jane steel wheels. And I said, you know what, you can have them. He said, no way. Are you sure? I said, absolutely, you can have those wheels. And talking about having, him and some teenage boys are all back here right now cutting down a big oak tree that I put on Marketplace as well. That's free firewood. Somebody want to come cut the tree down. And this is a gentleman that responded on that ad, and he's back there right now, him and them boys cutting down that big oak. And I hope that really helps them out a lot. So it kind of gets cleaned up off the property for me. And at the same time, that tree can get a use out of it of heating some people's homes. And especially in these day and time when energy is so expensive and all, and the upcoming winter might be hard again. Happy to see that that might bring some comfort to somebody's life. Yesterday, I put these 12 55-gallon drum plastic barrels. I put a picture of them up right here, and 3 IBC totes you see right here in this picture. I got them all together and I put them out here by the road behind the fence, and I put a Facebook ad for free. Whoever wants to come get them, they can get them all for free. Well, I got overwhelmed with responses. Man, I'm not exaggerating when I say 100 people or more responded. And it was hard to even reply with anybody. It was overwhelming. And everyone swears they want to come get them right then, but nobody's showing up, and hours go by. And then late last night, a gentleman shows up. We've already got settled in for the night. We're actually ready to go to bed. But I said, you know what? He's here, so be it. Let him get him. And he pulls into my field, and he's got this long car hauler trailer behind a Suburban. And he cuts too sharp. He turns too sharp in with the trailer, hooks my post that my gate's on, bends my gate, leans over my post, and let me show you here. Catches my post, which is concreted in. I think he either pulled it over and concrete in the ground, but it's all leaning over now. Gets it all twisted around. It bends my gate. I'll show you here. You can see it bent the gate. See the post all leaned over. And man, I just couldn't believe it. The gate's still usable. I had to pull the pole back up. But he got himself too, because this little bolt sticking out right here, there's still some of the rubber on it. He punched the sidewall out of his trailer tire too. So he did damage to himself also. But I tell him, just get the barrels, don't worry about it, and just move on. I didn't want to get aggravated. I could pull that back up with a tractor. I can twist that little hinge thing back around. No good deed goes unpunished. Isn't that what they say? No good deed goes unpunished. So yeah, a little bit more work I got to do, but it's all pretty easy to deal with. I can pull that back up and dig around top of that post, and I think I have 2 bags of Sackcrete over here in the shed that I'm also wanting to get out of there before they harden and go bad. And so there's a good place for them right there. And what they say also, all's well that ends well, right? So it'd be all right. We're still trying to clean up over there where the mobile homes was at, but man, it's getting more and more back like they were never ever there. And that's pretty good too.